Prem se bolo Shri Saraswati Mata ki Jai. Those who will be sitting by the Bedi, come up here. Alright, so the ones who write in the actual exams this year will sit in front, and everybody else will sit down. Yeah, we're going to be next bench. Right. And I got to pull up this one here a little bit. Very small. Right, that's it. Alright. Where is going in? Come on. So, wash your hands and go. There you wash your hands. Alright, so while children are being prepared to do the formal Vedi Puja, whether you're sitting by the Vedi or not, you're taking part in the Puja once you're here today. Alright? Remember what goes on in the Vedi, everything else is just within the temple, it's just an extension of what goes on in the Vedi. Okay? So just as Saraswati Mata is important to everybody who is involved in knowledge and learning and education, all of us at Jalia, we are lifelong learners. Alright, there is no specific time when we stop learning. So Devi Saraswati's blessing is important to all of us. Today in the ashram, you will see one of our student Pundit. This is his test piece that we'll be doing today. First time in a public forum like this. So just as Saraswati Mata is important for all examination, he's undergoing his examination today. And we will see how that goes at the end of today's puja. So today's puja is going to be a little different. Different in the sense, normally, when the invocations are done, then we go straight into bhajans while Vedi Puja continues. Today the entire Vedi Puja will be performed, no music will be played. Okay? After the puja is completed, then we have the appropriate bhajans and kirtans and offerings and so on. Okay? Now while the puja is going on, like I said, traditionally you'll do the bhajans and you'll be entertained by those things. You'll keep your mind occupied. But I want you to focus on what's going on here today. Alright? No distractions. Anybody here didn't wash hands something yet? area so they could get space and sit. Go down a little more. Right, see if we can fit in there. So you can fit in the back here? Have room for two other here? Huh? You can fit right here? Alright. Right. Drop that music, background music a little bit. Listen. Pay attention to what's going on.
सर्वस्तंगतुविवा यस्मरे पुंडरीकाक्ष सर्वाय वृंदरासिति ओम श्री विष्णु नमः। ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवा स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववीरा स्वस्ति नस्ताशूररेष्टिनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पति वरदातु। ओम अग्निदेवता वायुदेवता सूर्यदेवता चंद्रमादेवता वसुदेवता रुद्रदेवता आदित्यदेवता वरुणदेवता बृहस्पति देवता ब्रह्मदेवता। ओम सुमुखश्च कदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विनायशो विनायकः। ओम शन्नो मित्र शंवर्ण शन्नो भव्य आर्यम शन्नो इंद्रो बृहस्पति शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमे। ओम सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमस्ते। समुद्रवासिन्ये देवी पर्वतस्थानमण्डले विष्णुपत्नी नमस्तुभ्यं प्रदास्पशाक्षमाम्यहम्। ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरान्तकानि भानु शशि भूमि सुतो भुरश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनि राहु केतु ग्रह शांति कलावन्तु। ओम भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। Everybody put flowers inside your cups. Keep the Buddha mothers and ask water. Om Harium Tatsat, Om Harium Tatsat, Om Harium Tatsat. Om Vishnu 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 Srimatavaryo Mahamurasya Vishnuvarya Pararamurasya Adye Shri Brahma Vidyadhara Vishnu Padye Shri Shri Vivarahatarve Vaishnavanamurasya Ashtavarasapurve Kaliyugi Kalipatavantarve Ram Mundire Aaravarasya Punyakshete नमामि निधिनां त्वा निधिपतिगं नमामि ओम वसु मम वाचां निकर्वाणं तुमाचासि कर्वाणं श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमः ओम समुखश्च गदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विनायशो विनायकः धूम्रकेतु गजानाक्षो बालचन्द्रो गजानः तदाशयतानि नामानि यरिष्णो यदि विद्यारम्भे विभावेश प्रवेशे निर्ग्रामे संग्रामे संकटे चैव विघ्नतस्य ते इति श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि सहिताय श्री महागणपति ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव ओम भूरसि भूमिरसि अदितिरसि विश्वय विश्वस्य पूर्वानस्य घर्ति ओम प्रतिगम्यक्षः प्रतिबिम्बंसः प्रतिमैवंसः ओषधया समावर्तता कृष्णोति ब्रह्मास्तं परायमसि ओम नानरत्नं समायुक्तं कर्तस्वाभिभूषान्तनं आसनं देवदेवश प्रिय प्रिय प्रतिकृतां ओम ओम सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ओम वाग्देव्यै च विद्महि ब्रह्मपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो सरस्वती प्रचोदयात् श्री सरस्वती माता इहा गच्छ इहा तिष्ठ आवाहनं करोमि स्थापनं करोमि पूजयामि ओम नमो सरस्वती ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरांतकानि भानु शशि भूमि सुतो गुरश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनि राहु केतु ग्रह शांति करावन्तु श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवता साधु में भागच्छा इहा तिष्ठ आवाहनं करोमि स्थापनं करोमि पाठयामि कथयामि पूजयामि ओम कृपावस्तु संकाशं आशुभं महादेवं समवयं सर्वपापहं ओम समायुक्तो यज्ञ सामसौरदं सर्ववर्णापदे देव वाससी प्रतिगृह्य ओम वस्त्रदानं समर्पयामि। ओम ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश नित्यं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतं दीनेन प्रेतं करुणा। ओम ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश नित्यं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतं दीनेन प्रेतं कमलापति ओम यज्ञोपवीतं दानं समर्पयामि। ओम श्री चंदनं दिव्यं गंधाव्युस्मनोहरं विलेपनां सुश्रेष्ठं चंदनं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम चंदनं दानं समर्पयामि। ओम हरिद्रानं निर्वितं देवं सौभाग्यसुखसंप्रदम् अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वर ओम हरिद्रानं समर्पयामि। ओम सिंदूर्णं शुभ्रं रत्नं सौभाग्यसुखसंप्रदं सुखदं मोक्षदं चैव सिंदूरदानं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। ओम कांदार पुरुहन्ये पुरुष प्रति एवमे भूपवे प्रतनो सरस्वतीनाय च ओम दुर्गदानं समर्पयामि। ओम गंगाग्रहाण देवस्य देवदेवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभु ओम गंगादानं समर्पयामि। नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृह्यतां भक्ति में हंचलांशु विलक्षितं में हरन्येहि परार्चर प्रांगतं ओम शंकरा कन्यकर्याणि धरीक्ष्मी गृहाणि च आहारं भक्ष्यभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम पापहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरोहरि ओम पादतलजलं समर्पयामि। ओम इदं फलं मायादीदिष्टां पितां पूर्णातस्तव कीनमे सुप्ता जन्मनि जन्मनि ओम पानपत्रं समर्पयामि। ओम लवं कर्पूर संयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहाण देवस्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम् ओम लवं कर्पूरदानं समर्पयामि। ओम पुण्यफलं महादेव्यं नागदलैः समायुक्तं कार्यादि समायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम पापहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरोहरि। ओम हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्ते किमभिज्योतिभावस अनन्तपुण्यं कलाधं मम शान्तिप्रियचतुर ओम द्रव्यदानं समर्पयामि। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लत्यानिनी प्रभु मायागृहाणि पूजार्थ पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। श्री पंचलोकपाल देव की जय। ओम साज्यं सबरति सुगंधं कामानिकं ज्ञानदेवस्य वैरोग्यं स्वाहा ओम नारदानि पापानि जन्मान्तरगतानि च तानि तानि नश्यन्ति ओम लक्ष्मी कलोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसंपदं मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर् नमोस्तुते। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु महामाये श्रीपीठे सर्वपूजिते शंखचक्रागदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। यमुना चैव गोदावरी नर्मदा सिंधु कावेरी जलस्रोतः अर्घ्यं पाद्यं स्नानं समर्पयामि। ओम गंगेश यमुना चैव गोदावरी नर्मदा सिंधु कावेरी जलस्रोतः अर्घ्यं पाद्यं स्नानं समर्पयामि। ओम पादतलजलं समर्पयामि। कान्दात् कान्दात् कुर्वन्ति पुरुष पुरुष प्रति एवमे भूगवे प्रतनो सहस्रशतिनाय च ओम गुरुवदानु समर्पयामि। ओम कान्दात् कान्दात् कुर्वन्ति पुरुष पुरुष प्रति एवमे भूगवे प्रतनो सहस्रशतिनाय च ओम गुरुवदानु समर्पयामि। ओम कान्दात् कान्दात् कुर्वन्ति पुरुष पुरुष प्रति एवमे भूगवे प्रतनो सहस्रशतिनाय च ओम गुरुवदानु समर्पयामि। ओम गन्धाग्रहाण देवस्य देव देवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभु। ओम गन्धादानं समर्पयामि। ओम गन्धाग्रहाण देवस्य देव देवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभु। ओम गन्धादानं समर्पयामि। ओम नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता भक्ति में हंचलांशु विलक्षितन्मे हरन्देहि पराचरप्रामृतम्। ओम शर्कराकन्नकर्याणि हरीक्ष्णगृहाणि च आहारं भक्षभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि। ओम नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता भक्ति में हंचलांशु विलक्षितन्मे हरन्देहि पराचरप्रामृतम्। ओम शर्कराकन्नकर्याणि हरीक्ष्णगृहाणि च आहारं भक्षभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि। ओम नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता भक्ति में हंचलांशु विलक्षितन्मे हरन्देहि पराचरप्रामृतम्। ओम शर्कराकन्नकर्याणि हरीक्ष्णगृहाणि च आहारं भक्षभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि। ओम शर्कराकन्नकर्याणि हरीक्ष्णगृहाणि च आहारं भक्षभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतीकृता। ओम नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि। ओम पापं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि। ओम पादतलजलं समर्पयामि। ओम पापं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि। ओम पादतलजलं समर्पयामि। ओम इदं फलं मया दीक्षितं पितां पूर्णातस्तव कीनमे सुप्ता जन्मनि जन्मनि। ओम पानपत्रं समर्पयामि। ओम इदं फलं मया दीक्षितं पितां पूर्णातस्तव कीनमे सुप्ता जन्मनि जन्मनि। ओम पानपत्रं समर्पयामि। ओम इदं फलं मया दीक्षितं पितां पूर्णातस्तव कीनमे सुप्ता जन्मनि जन्मनि। ओम पानपत्रं समर्पयामि। ओम लवणकर्पूरसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान्निवेश्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम्। ओम लवणकर्पूरदानं समर्पयामि। ओम लवणकर्पूरसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान्निवेश्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम्। ओम लवणकर्पूरदानं समर्पयामि। ओम लवणकर्पूरसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान्निवेश्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम्। ओम लवणकर्पूरदानं समर्पयामि। ओम पुंगीफलं महादिव्यं नागबलैस्समायुक्तं कारिरादिसमायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतीकृता। ओम ताम्बूलदानं समर्पयामि। ओम पुंगीफलं महादिव्यं नागबलैस्समायुक्तं कारिरादिसमायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतीकृता। ओम ताम्बूलदानं समर्पयामि। ओम पुंगीफलं महादिव्यं नागबलैस्समायुक्तं कारिरादिसमायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतीकृता। ओम ताम्बूलदानं समर्पयामि। ओम पापं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि। ओम पानतलजलं समर्पयामि। ओम पापं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि। ओम पानार्थजलं समर्पयामि। ओम यज्ञगर्भगर्भस्ते हेमबीजविभावस अनन्तपुण्यं फलारं मम शान्तिरे पृच्छतु। ओम द्रव्यदानं समर्पयामि। ओम हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्ते हेमबीजविभावस अनन्तपुण्यं फलारं मम शान्तिरे पृच्छतु। ओम द्रव्यदानं समर्पयामि। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लज्ञानिनी प्रभु माया के हानि पूजा पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहम्। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लज्ञानिनी प्रभु माया के हानि पूजा पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहम्। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लज्ञानिनी प्रभु माया के हानि पूजा पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहम्। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लज्ञानिनी प्रभु माया विहानी पूजा पुष्पाणि। ओम वनस्पतिर्सूत्रभूतो गन्धार्यो गन्धो उत्तम अग्रय सर्वदेवानां रूपोऽयं प्रतीकृतः। ओम रूपोऽयं समर्पयामि। ओम भूर्भुवस्व गौरीव भूम्ना पृथिवीवा वरुणः तस्य पृथिवीदेवा यजानि प्रतिष्ठा अग्निं नादं नादाय दादाय पानक। ओम बुद्बुद्ध स्वर्गनि प्रतिजागृतिव्रम इष्टबुद्धे अस्मिन् सदस्ते अमितर अस्मिन् विश्वदेवा यजानि मनुष्य सिद्धः। ओम हरिदे अनुमनस्व ओम अनुमते अनुमनस्व ओम सरस्वती अनुमनस्व देवस्य पिता प्रसोभा यज्ञं प्रसोभा यज्ञपति भगायो दिव्यो गंधर्व कीतुः कीतं नपुनतु वाचस्पति वाचं स्मरतु अग्निदेव की जय। So everybody will join our and say Swaha. ओम श्री महागणपतिये नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महासरस्वतिये नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री राधिकाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमः शिवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री नवदुर्गा माताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गंगा माताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री पृथ्वीधरती माताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम गायत्री माताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम चंद्रमस्ते नमः स्वाहा। ओम भौमाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम बुधाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम बृहस्पतये नमः स्वाहा। ओम शुक्राय नमः स्वाहा। ओम शनिश्चराय नमः स्वाहा। ओम राहवे नमः स्वाहा। ओम केतवे नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अग्निदेवताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम प्रजापतये नमः स्वाहा। ओम इंद्राय नमः स्वाहा। ओम हनुमते नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री सीतारामाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम 33 करोड़ देवताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम 64 योगिनी नमः स्वाहा। ओम 10 महाविद्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो भैरवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम शिव शम सर्वनाभवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ओम पापहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभव त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो श्री अग्निदेव की जय।
One is that? Huh? Alright. Let somebody in the back pull it. Give somebody else the time.
Concentrate on Mother Saraswati, taking the food from others and basking for a word. Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Vishnu Vishnu Vishnu, Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Pundit Vishnu Saraswati Maharaj, Pranam Sarvasya, Ishri Naivedya Dhanam, Patakaranam, Vastudanam, Sankalpam Samadhyayami, Om Shakti Satyani, Parikshri Vihani आनंद वर्ष पूजन नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्मणि ब्रह्मणि नमो ब्रह्मावतां ब्रह्मणि तुति मंगलायं ब्रह्म सर्वासमानः हम वैष्णवो भूत्वा प्राणिनार्यमानः प्राणापानं समाहितं संबंधं चतुर्वेद
Come, everybody touch his hand. Raise any more for it. Touch each other.
वाग्देव्यं च विद्महि ब्रह्मापत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो सरस्वती प्रचोदयात्। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय।
सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर का ज्ञान सिखाने माँ, जयंती आराध देवी, सुर का दीप जलाने माँ, सुर का दीप जलाने माँ, सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर का ज्ञान सिखाने माँ, Thank you. Shiva Shambho Shambho, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Shiva Shambho Shambho, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Hare Hare Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Hare Hare Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Shiva Shambho Shambho, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Shambho Shambho, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Hare Hare Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Hare Hare Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva.
Prem se bolo Shri Saraswati Mata ki Jai. So today we celebrate Saraswati Jayanti, and we have to understand what Saraswati Jayanti is about. Now, like I was telling you all some time ago, the misconception we have is that only children are supposed to worship Saraswati Mata, and only when you go into school you worship Saraswati Mata. And I've told you already, sometimes we have noticed, pundits have noticed, they will have people who do Saraswati Mata puja when the children are going to school, and from the time they graduate from university and they get a job, they stop doing daily puja. Alright? That is very wrong. For the past few weeks I've been showing you Saraswati Mata does not only deal with education. That is just one aspect of her function. Saraswati Mata did not start it off as a goddess of knowledge on earth. In the heaven she was. Alright? But when she first appeared on earth, she appeared as a river goddess. A as the mighty Saraswati river from which civilizations sprang up from. And last Sunday I showed you from archaeology, from the Indus Valley civilization and how the population center moved from North India into Central India and diversified throughout all of Asia. Alright? That was due to the blessings of baby Saraswati. Saraswati Mata also, she is also referred to as Prakriti. Prakriti, in the Western world, they would call Mother Nature. All of nature has a cycle, a fixed cycle, and you all will know this. For example, there will be certain times of the year, certain fruits will come into bearing. Alright, so right now, what fruit is bearing? What is the season right now? Things like kainit and balata and all that kind of thing, right? And then after that, later on in the year, things like oranges and so on will come. Alright? So nature has a cycle. Even the weather has a cycle. So right now, we are about, within a month, we'll be leaving the winter season and into spring, followed by the summer, and so on. Okay? So that's nature's cycle. Saraswati Mata governs those cycles. Even within you, your sleep pattern, your rhythm, your body's natural rhythm, that cycle of waking and sleeping. If you're accustomed to going to bed at a certain time, wherever you are, if you start to be sleeping, right, your body's telling you your time has come to sleep. Alright? Saraswati Mata also governs the reproductive cycles of all creatures. So that is why you have your fixed monthly cycles. Animals have their breeding seasons. Plants and trees have their particular time of the year with fruit and flower. Alright? Saraswati Mata is indeed the goddess of nature. That is why if you look at her, she is usually depicted in a natural environment. Sometimes you'll see a river around her, sometimes you'll see the samsa, the swan, you'll see the peacock. Alright? But if you look at her attire, she is always dressed in white, adorned with white ornaments, white jewelry. And the color of white is highly symbolic. At one level, it tells us she being the goddess of knowledge. Knowledge must be transmitted in an unbroken way, in an unadulterated form, meaning it must not be contaminated. In order for knowledge to be used for progress and success to take place, you cannot dilute the knowledge. You cannot tamper with it. It has to be given as it is. And this can have dire consequences depending on what that knowledge is used for. For example, if you're a scientist in a lab, your calculation goes off by sometimes point something or a decimal or fraction of something, and it could cause a massive explosion. If in construction, sometimes the calculation goes off a little bit, and it means either too much of materials or too less of a particular material. So knowledge must be given uncontaminated. Anytime knowledge is used as a tool to deceit, Lord Krishna says you are giving rise to adharma. So that is why one reason why Saraswati Mata is white in complexion. She's dressed in white clothing, she's dressed in white ornaments. Also, what do you know from a science point of view? Form 1 or Form 2 physics. What do you know about the color white? Huh? If I shine a beam of white light through a prism, what happens there? Huh? Sometimes you'll see it on well, not a really a rainy day, but on a day there's a lot of moisture in the air. How do you think a rainbow gets formed? hang that out yet? Huh? It is the sunlight falling on the moisture, the droplets in the atmosphere, breaks up or scatters the light beam into its constituents, its individual wavelengths. Alright? So that rainbow, those different colors you see are different wavelengths of light, different frequencies of light. And if you do the reverse process, you're getting all of that and merge back into white light. What does that tell you? She is the origin of all knowledge in its pure form. That is why she is the goddess of the Vedas. Last day I was telling you why Saraswati Mata is dressed like the way you see her here, why she is dressed in white. She follows all the Vedic conventions and traditions. Right? The Vedas represents the highest authority. Just like if you're going to study to pass an exam, you have to follow certain rules and regulations. Alright? That is, you have to study, you have to do your homework, you have to go take lessons, you have to do your classes. You cannot be skylarking, you cannot be playing all the time. You have to be focused on what your goals are. For that period of time that you are studying, you know, is to pass your exams, to get your subjects, to either move on or to get a job. So whichever branch of knowledge you are in, that is the different colors, the diversity. Not only in terms of knowledge, she is also Vakya Devi, the goddess of communication. In the human body, I keep telling you, the different devatas reside in different parts of your body. Where does Saraswati Mata reside? She is Vakya Devi, she is in the tongue. And from the Vishuddha Chakra, she powers the entire nervous system as well as the endocrine system, and she gives rise to the power of speech. So communication, language, ways of expressing yourselves. If something is going on in your mind and you cannot communicate it effectively or express yourself effectively, in some people that can create a lot of mental tension. Isn't that so? Also, if you are not able to communicate your thoughts and ideas, more than likely you will not be taken seriously at all. So communication in a variety of ways and language. And language is, and communicating does not only mean talking. Can a dumb person communicate? Yes, a dumb person can communicate. A person who can write, can he or she communicate? Yes. Right? At university level, now when companies send their executives and so to do HR courses, they have to learn, they have to do courses called non-verbal communication in the corporate world today. And what is non-verbal communication? Your body language, basically. The way you talk to somebody, the way you present yourself, your eye, the way your facial expression, right? The way you stand, the way you talk, the way you dress, all of those non-verbal communication can tell somebody something about you. Saraswati Mata, she has the Hansa with her, the swan. Very, very important. The swan will stand up still, will be very still. And he does two things. He looks and he listens. And this is telling you, if you want to be successful in anything that you're doing, you have to be observant. The power of observation does not only come with the eyes. You observe the world with your five senses. Both in Hindu mythology as well as in Greek mythology, the swan is accredited with the ability that if you were to take a mixture of water and milk together, the swan has the ability to separate the water and milk and extract the milk and leave the water behind. The Greeks will put it across, if you were to drop a pearl into a muddy lake with one tip of the head, the swan will extract that pearl without it being stained by the mud. So the analogy is the same, well, a little different, but it's the same concept of what the swan is capable of doing. And this Devi Saraswati is telling you, children, if you want to be successful in school, if you want to be successful in education, not only children, anybody, if you want to be successful in life, you have to be able to discipline yourself to do two things. You have to be able to observe carefully, and you have to be able to listen. As a teacher, I can tell you that when I was in the school system, the children who usually do very well in school are the ones who usually listen. And the ones that don't listen, they are the ones that usually suffer. Listening, it may appear to be something simple. What is listening really? Hearing with his ears and coming out through his ears? There's a difference in science, there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing, sound waves enter the ears. That is hearing. Nothing takes place up here. Listening, when the sound waves goes in here, it registers here, it is interpreted in the brain. So the difference, that is the difference between hearing and listening. So sometimes when I hear a parent calling to the child, come here, say, yeah, I hear you. But that's exactly what he's doing. You really hear you, he is listening to you. So you have to develop the ability to listen. Whether you want to succeed in school, whether you want to succeed in the work environment, whether you want to succeed in the spiritual field, whichever field of endeavor you go into, you must be observant, you must be able to listen. Alright? Without these, and this is part of observing and interacting with your physical world, your physical environment. Through the various powers of observation, the various technique of observation. And you observe by looking, by listening, by touching, and by interacting. Those are the different observation tools you will have in psychology. And the knowledge that you accumulate from that type of observation is what you will now use to form an opinion, create an idea. So that is the learning process, how it takes place. So these symbols of Devi Saraswati, like I told you, I've been showing you for the past few weeks, she's not only with schooling. She does not only deal with schooling. And one of the biggest misconceptions today is, if I go to school and I have a degree, I'm educated. Is that true? Huh? More than ever, not only in Trinidad, all over the world, we have the biggest population of educated fools right now. They're well qualified, because all of them have degrees. So if you have a degree, you're qualified, but you're foolish, so you're a qualified fool. There's a difference in being educated and schooled. Now we go back a generation. My grandparents never even go to primary or secondary school. Were they educated? And I'm sure most of your grandparents like that. Were they educated? Huh? Were they educated? If they wasn't educated, you couldn't be sitting down here practicing your dharma right now. So they were very much educated, they had a lot of common sense. They may not be schooled, but they were very much educated people. So when the British labeled our grandparents as being illiterate, what were they illiterate in? Because clearly they demonstrated that they have left a legacy where their descendants, which is us, we are achieving more than even some aspects, some other parts of our population. So what the British said that they were illiterate. What were they illiterate in? That's the English language. Which means that they had no concept of what the English language was. Because which country they came from? Your grandparents and so on. Where did they came from? India, right? What is the standard language in India? Hindi. So they had no knowledge of Hindi. So they were illiterate in, they had no knowledge of English. So they were illiterate in terms of English grammar. That is all they were illiterate in. But in life, in science, and everything else, they were very much on par of what their British counterparts did. Alright? So you must be proud of your ancestral heritage. So the important lesson, over the past few weeks, I told you so many things about Saraswati Mata, how she helps with your nervous problem, how she helps with your imbalances in your body, how she helps with the stammering and the speech development. I'm not going back into all of those things today. Alright? Also, we have discussed how she is the goddess of Nitya. She controls the cycling of Nitya. So she's not just knowledge. She's not just education. She's this goddess that she's so close to us that most of us do not recognize and appreciate her presence in our daily life. If one morning you get up and you realize your brain is not functioning, what will happen to you? Huh? That's right, everybody knows. You get your brain not functioning, the whole, all the organs in the body will start to shut down right away. Right? So Goddess Saraswati, don't go away with the idea, with the notion that she's only the goddess of knowledge and she's only to be worshipped when we go to school. Everybody, whether we're big, whether we are adult, or whether we are student, even if we are in our later years, once we are alive in this body, we need the blessings of Devi Saraswati. Because the body has to function to keep you alive. Once you live on this earth, you have to interact with the external environment. She's the goddess of nature. That is why even more than Durga Mata and Lakshmi Mata, she's more surrounded by natural environment. Very often when you see a picture of Lakshmi, she's either with Lord Vishnu, or she's seated on a lotus in some lake or pond, or Durga Mata is on her lion or tiger, or in a battle scene. But when you look at a picture of Goddess Saraswati, or a Murti of Goddess Saraswati, she has Nitya in her background. Sometimes you will see her on the banks of a river, sometimes she's seated in the lotus, and you will always see things like the swan and the peacock and so on around her. That is because she's telling you she's not just the goddess of knowledge. Now, apart from the secular knowledge which is necessary to live in this physical world, she is also the giver of the spiritual knowledge. If Saraswati Mata doesn't bless the yogis and the rishis, they cannot get moksha. Because all the sciences of the scriptures, they cannot understand it. To do the puja vidhis, the chanting of the mantras and so on, you have to have the blessing of Saraswati Mata. While Gayatri Mata is responsible for powering the mantras, Saraswati Mata will have to teach you the mantra first. It is like an electrician. If you don't run the wiring, can you get the light? Huh? No. So you have to do the correct electrical and do it in such a manner that you don't create a hazard to yourself. So when you throw the switch on, you will get the light. So Saraswati Mata will help you learn the different pujas and so on, the different rites and rituals. Gayatri Mata is the one that gives the power, when you chant those mantras, it will become alive and awakened. So Devi Saraswati is very important even in your spiritual growth and development, in the evolution of your Atma. Garu Puran tells you if this Devi Saraswati doesn't bless you, your soul will never mature beyond what it is. You are sent here on earth in this body to learn certain lessons. It is the blessings of Saraswati Mata help you to learn those lessons. You have to keep being reborn and reborn again until you learn those lessons. When you have learned a certain degree of lessons, then your soul has attained a certain degree of maturity, so then it moves on to a different level. It is reborn in a higher plane of existence, with a higher level of consciousness. That is why in the Navratri, when is Devi Saraswati worship? And towards the end of the Navratri, the last 3 days, that is because the first 3 days you started a journey. So when the last 3 days come now, you have realized the goal of your journey. So Devi Saraswati, she is teaching us the process. In this Devi Bhagavatam, we talk about the 3 goddesses, Lakshmi, Durga, Saraswati. Who is the representation of Lakshmi Mata in the home? Who represents Lakshmi Mata in the home? Huh? Like all the time from dropping up this morning or what? Huh? Who is the representation of Lakshmi Mata in the home? The Dulahin. Who is the Dulahin? The wife, right? Say this correctly. The legitimate wife. Alright? The one you do the Vivaha Samskar with, not the one you chaka with. Right? Because if you understand your wedding ceremony, that part of the wedding ceremony where you do the Power Puja, you all remember that for those who married in the wrong wedding. Power Puja is where you come with the Tari and the Lota and all. That is where the title of Vishnu or Lakshmi is conferred upon the boy and the girl. So Lakshmi is represented by the bride, the Dulahin in the house. Who represents Saraswati Mata in the house? Now the roles flip from time to time, but the wife or the Dulahin, she represents the married girl in the house. She always will represent Lakshmi first and foremost. Sometimes her role will change depending on the environment. Sometimes she performs the role of Durga Mata when she's protecting her family. Sometimes she performs the role of Saraswati Mata when she's sitting down with the children with the school books. And when the children back and sign and not listening, she cut the tail. Who she represents here? Kali Mata. Right? So, but that primary function of Lakshmi is always given to her. Who has the permanent role of Saraswati in the house? Huh? The grandmother. Why the grandmother? With age comes wisdom. So knowledge is not only about learning from a book, it is about life experience. That is why when you're doing the arati, we don't only tell it one way, mother and father arati. Once you have your grandparents there, you honor them equally as your mother and father. Why? Because through the blessings of the grandparents, the wisdom of the family tradition will go on from generation to generation. Alright, so the representative of Saraswati Mata in the home is your grandparent, your grandmother. It doesn't matter whether it's Aji or Nani. Alright? So, one of the easiest way to get the blessings of Devi Saraswati is to be very respectful to your grandparents. One of the easiest way to be successful in life is to be respectful to your parents, both your mother and your father. Okay? So Devi Saraswati is teaching us. That is why it is said in Devi Bhagavatam, among the three goddesses, Lakshmi, Durga, Saraswati, which one comes easy? Which is the first goddess to reach in your home? Huh? Lakshmi. Which is the last goddess to reach in your home? Huh? Saraswati. But when you start to go against Dharma, which is the first goddess to leave? Lakshmi. And I say money does come quick and it does go quick? Right. So Lakshmi is always the first to reach, but the first to leave. That is why Lakshmi is described as being fickle-minded. Saraswati Mata is usually the last Devi to reach in your home, but is always the last Devi to leave. Meaning, knowledge, it takes time to accumulate knowledge. But once you get that knowledge, and that knowledge is in your mind, can anybody take that away from you? Can anybody take away the experiences you have gone through in life? Huh? No. Alright, so that will even go with you even in your next life. Okay? So that is why they said Goddess Lakshmi will come and go very easy. Devi Saraswati will take time to come. Right? So that is what symbolism that is telling us, children. In order to pass your exams, in order to do well in school, you have to stick with it all the time. You have to make sure and study regularly. You can't want to study one day for the week and play the other 5-6 days for the week. You have to be consistent. You have to be regular. You have to be persistent. And you have to be doing it over and over and over again. Just like mantra jap, the more you chant a particular mantra, the more powerful it becomes. You know that, right? Until one day it comes to that extent where the mantra and the devta itself appears in front of you. So too, by continuously being disciplined with your schoolwork, you will pass your exams, and eventually, when you get your subjects, your mother and father are going to benefit from that. Eventually, you are going to benefit from it. You will get your job. You will collect your salary at the end of that, at the end of the month. So you will benefit from it. All right. All right. So only you alone will benefit from it. Nobody will be able to take that away from you. So this is the Devi Saraswati. I want you to understand on today's occasion that Saraswati Mata is not just about school and not for just children alone. It is everybody. Alright? Everybody. And as I briefly showed you, she's part of nature. She's part of the proper functioning of the body. She deals with your cultural traditions. She deals with communication. She doesn't only deal with academics and formal schooling. If you look at the form of Saraswati Mata, the lower hand, she holds the book which represents secular knowledge of the world. But in the upper hand, she holds the crystal mala, telling you if you want to achieve greatness and success, you need to go to the higher, you need to go to higher heights, the spiritual realms. She's also the goddess of nature. I told you nature has a rhythm, a cycle. That is why she has the veena across her chest. What important organ lies in the chest? The heart. The heart itself has a rhythm, telling you that is how she maintains the rhythm of creation. From her poetry came, from her music came. That is why on days like today, you find a lot of students, they will start new things. A lot of musicians, they will bless their instruments or read dedicated to the Devi. That is why we as Hindus, whether it's our school books or whether it's our religious book, we don't kick our books, we don't cross our books. Our scriptures tells us our books that help us mature and progress in life. are the abode of Saraswati Mata. Last day I showed you from our scripture, if you're doing Saraswati Devi Puja home and you don't have a murti or a picture, what you can use to do her puja on? Books. You can use your books, you can use your stationaries, and that will perform the same function as though you are using a murti. Alright, Saraswati Mata, her energy is present in everything that we use to learn. Okay? So I want you to realize why all over the world, Indians and Hindus are in top positions. Because our culture, our tradition teaches us that knowledge is something sacred. And knowledge is supposed to be worshipped. We are the only people in the world that worships knowledge, you know. We have so much of reverence and dedication to knowledge, we give knowledge a form, and that form we call it Saraswati. The Christians don't have it, the Muslims don't have it, the Jews don't have it. Only the Hindus, we worship knowledge. And because of that, we worship God as knowledge. And because of that, you find not only in this country, our children and Indians are progressing in the academic field, but all over the world. Just look at all the big corporations globally. Who are the heads and CEOs of most of these companies? It's Indians. And why? Why they get that position? Because of their qualifications. Alright? And globally, wherever the Indians or the Hindus have settled, they do not destroy that society. What they do, they build that society. That is why in the US or Canada or in England, you see the Indian community, they are very prominent. And they are the most progressive and the most highest earners in that society. It has to do with their discipline. It has to do with their attention to knowledge. And so you must not disrespect any aspect of knowledge in any way. Alright? So when you go to school, make sure you have total respect for your school books. When you come home, you just don't pull the bag and you fling it one side. You want to put it down respectfully. When you go to sit down to study for your, especially if you're preparing for some major exam, make it a practice before you open your textbook or your past papers. Om Shri Ganesha Aya Namah, Om Shri Saraswati Aya Namah. Then you open your book and you start. And these simple tutkas, when you do it, you will be surprised at the changes it brings within you. That is why even all our scriptures, if you were to go to buy any religious book, the first page when you open it, they say Om Shri Ganesha Aya Namah. Take for example Ramayana, Goswami Tulsidas. What is the first mantras he writes? Varadanam Ardhasangranam Rasanam Chandrasamike Mangalanam Chatarkaro Vande Vani Vinayako. Who is Vinayak? Who is Vinayak? Ganesh. Vande, I bow to Vande Vani. Vani is another name for Saraswati. Vande Vani Vinayako. I bow to Ganesh and Saraswati. Alright? So that is why I am telling you, children, practice when you sit down to do your schoolwork, whether it's homework, whether it's past papers, whether you have projects to do. Before you start, get into the habit. Let's put your hands together, touch your books. Om Shri Ganesha Aya Namah, Om Shri Saraswati Aya Namah. Then go on with whatever you have to do. And by practicing that, you'll see how easy your work will come. You may get into trouble here and there, but you will just sort it out. Because why? Because you call on the power of Ganesh and Saraswati to help you. Prem se bolo Gajananand Swami ki Jai, Sri Saraswati Mata ki Jai. So at this point in time, what we'll do, those of you who come prepared to do offerings, so we ask all of it, go like all the Mother and Father now. Clear out this area here. So you'll come up here, do your offering by Saraswati Mata. While the offerings are taking place, you will have appropriate bhajans and kirtans being sung accordingly. Strong exercise. Let's say hands. Wash your hands. And then you got together with the right? Face game. Saraswati Mahabhagi Vidya Kamala Virochani Vidya Rupe Vishalakshe Vidya Dehi Namaste. Yeah? Offer Chandanan flowers right here. Om Sri Kanda Chandanam Vidyam Kanhaji Smiru Hari Lepani Shveshtam Chandanam Prati Harita Kapari Futu Om Kanda Grihani
Jai 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 Mata Saraswati Jai Shubhadayani
flowers, go in front of me. Touch each other. Om Saraswati Mahabhagi Vidya Kamala Virochani Vidya Rupe Vishalakshe Vidya Dehi Namaste. Put on the flowers, right? Offer the perfume. Om Ganda Vihanadi Vishyati Ravidati Pranita Vitamnatas. Very back in front. Maria? That's right, sit and come back now. Flowers Jayanti ko ko bagan din. Kasi na ratin ito. Saraswati Mahakali Vidyakamavati Vidyarupe Vishalakshe Vidyadehi Namaste. Om Mati Jayantini Mahapati Anyo Saraswati Chandan. Om Sri Kanachandani Adi Sundar. And just Chandan Hospital. Alright, so thank you very much. Jayanti. Right, so let's stand and we have our concluding. This bench over here, one at the back. Put it on this side. All of them on this side of the bench, go on that side. Jump the bench to the lady. First, take the bowl of the flower. You want to take on the table. Give somebody else that. Alright. Start coming from the lady and then I'll come from this side. Coming along so, and then I'll go back. Finishing by that side there, right? So let us all stand and we have our concluding arati. Om Sajayanti Murti Kanchan Vajnani Udikam Vihana Devashya Trayutya Timirapa Yami Jani Japani Jammantara Kritani Cha Tani Jani Vinashyanti Pradakshana Pare Pare
Oh
So firstly, we're going to give thanks to God for the opportunity to sit and perform this puja. Secondly, we are going to ask for forgiveness if there may be any errors committed. And lastly, we are going to ask to have all our desires fulfilled and all obstacles removed from our daily lives. Om Tumeva Mata Japita Tumeva Bandhu Shasaka Tumeva Vidya Dravinam Tumeva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardhanam Yat Pujitam Maya Devam Paripurnam Tarastu Me Kayena Vacha Manasendrendva Buddhyatmanavam Prakriti Subhanya Karomi Yajam Sakalam Parasmai Narayaniti Samarpayami Narayaniti Samarpayami Satchwe Narayanam Purushottam Thank you.
दुर्गा माता की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की, श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की, प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम। Give your seats. So remain seated right where you are. You'll get your arati, and then light refreshments are prepared on the outside for you. Other way. Come on here. Face everybody. Face good. And have it loud, eh? Let's go. Go ahead. The other way. Come on. श्री ब्रह्मणो द्विती पराध्य विष्णु पद्य श्री श्वेतवारः कल्पे वैवष्टमन्वन्तरयाष्टाविंशतमे कलियुगे कल्पतमाचरणे जाम्बुद्वीपे आर्यवर्ते पुण्यचित्रे कौललिके फलिनी श्री भट्टनामस्य गोत्रस्य दक्षिणं संकल्पं समर्पयामि। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनमहि से ओम श्री कृष्ण अर्पणम।